What's your biggest sacrifice?
Biggest sacrifice is being away from the family.
Yeah.
Being away from the kids, missing them growing up, basically. That's the biggest sacrifice. The food, the drink, all that sort of sacrifice, going out, not really interested in anyway. I can take it or leave it. If I'm drinking, I'm drinking, and if I'm not drinking, I'm not drinking. I'm either teetotaled or full at it. I'm not a 1 or 2 drinker anyway. It's 3 or 4 days or nothing. And it's same with food. If I'm having a cake, I won't just have a little slice and call it a day. I'll have to have the full cake. It's the same with anything. It's all or nothing.
Do you understand that analogy? Because I've never understood have your cake and eat it too. If I have a cake, I'm going to eat it.
Well, you are. But it's just like saying you can't be the heavyweight champion of the world and then go out partying until 4 or 5 in the morning. That'd be eating your cake, wouldn't it? Doesn't necessarily mean that piece of cake.
Yeah. I always refer to it as that piece of cake. I'm like, well, yeah, if I have a cake, I'm going to want a piece of it.
Well, it's no good having a cake and looking and smelling it, is it? It's like having $1 million in the bank and not allowed to spend it. It's pointless, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's not just about the cake. It's a saying. You can't have something and then take liberties and advantage while you've got it, because you're going to lose it. Just like I said, if I had you and started punching you about the face all day, I'm going to lose you. So it's when we've got something, we've got to look after it, or else we lose them.
So how does your wife handle you being away? And it's got to be tough for the wives of boxers.
I think the wives of boxers, they're lucky in one respect, because they get nice things and they get to go nice places and do nice things. But then they don't have a husband or partner or whatever for large amounts of time, day after day, hour after hour. It's like I only see my wife twice a week at the moment.
Wow.
So I get to see Saturday and then I come back on Sunday back to camp again. So not that often, and I've been in camp since June this year.
Yeah, and then like that's another thing people don't see is when a fight gets postponed. I mean, it's literally, you're extending everything. You're not in camp for just 6...
Excuse me.
That's okay.
I booked holidays I was supposed to go away with the kids and my nieces and nephews on the 28th of this month, on Thursday. I was taking them to Disneyland in Paris. I had it all booked, paid for, hotels, travel, everything. Banking like the fight was gonna happen and I could go away a few days after, and that's all gone now. So that's been spoiled. They can't go, the nieces and nephews, so now the wife's just gonna go with the kids. So it's spoiled my year, really, spoiled all my plans. But then again, like I say, it's perfect timing, isn't it? Because everything happens for a reason. Maybe I wasn't supposed to go on the Disneyland thing.
What would you like to do once you're at that point of retirement? Do you already know of something else that you're passionate about that you want to get into?
Basically, I want the same as everybody else does, really. I want to be able to not have to work until I'm 95 years old and worry about where money's going to come from after sports, after boxing. I know boxing doesn't last forever, but I ain't a stupid person. I don't waste my money, what I earn, on silly things. I buy stuff that has value and is going to go up in value, that properties, whatever. So
real estate.
Real estate.
Flipping real estate?
Yeah.
That's always a great...
You could do that. But if the money's invested and it's bringing a return in, then you're going to be safe, aren't you? Because properties always go up, unless the end of the world happens, then we're not going to be too worried anyway. But what I want to do after boxing is, I want to spend a lot of time with my kids and nephews, nieces, whatever, that sort of stuff. Just want to be a good uncle, a good brother, husband, father, cousin, son. I want to be a good person. That's all I want out of life, really. I'm not one of these. I'm not interested in having a 25,000 feet square mansion and all that sort of stuff. I'm not really interested. I know all that stuff doesn't make you happy. I thought it did this year when I bought a Rolls Royce Coupe, Phantom, all that sort of stuff. Spent hundreds of thousands on jewelries and all that stuff. It doesn't make me happy. I was searching for what I already knew. The answer. I already knew God was the way. But I was still searching for stupid things, doing mad stuff, going out, partying, drinking, womanising, whatever you could think of, I'd do it. And I realised that it's not the way, definitely not the way. And it doesn't make you happy anyway.
Jim Carrey said, I wish that everyone had the opportunity to have everything they've ever wanted in their life, just so that they could see that Money doesn't make you happy.
Doesn't. How many billionaires do you get committing suicide?
How many rich children are on drugs and lose themselves because ultimately it doesn't satisfy that inner hole in your soul.
It doesn't quench that thirst.
I see it with a lot of my friends, a lot of them on television and movies. They're all struggling like
within themselves, with life, battling demons. You know,
more money, more problems.
Well, in some cases, it's perfect, isn't it? It's perfect. That's a perfect answer, because you've got $10. You can only afford something for $10. You got something at $100. You want $100. No matter what we have in life, we're never happy. We always want more. If I had $1 billion, I'd want $10 billion.
Yeah, but when you become a millionaire, you're now competing with a new bracket of millionaires. So then you want to be, oh, well, I'm going to be more successful, more rich than those millionaires and billionaires. The same thing. They all compete with each other.
Of course they do, and it's a never-ending keeping up with the Joneses, isn't it?
Yeah.
So if I go and buy a car for $1 million, someone's going to pull up beside him in a car for $2 million. It's like these.
You got Floyd Mayweather rolling up in his.
There you go. So no matter what you've got, there's always somebody out there who's got better. It's like these super yachts and planes and stuff. I was watching this hyper wealthy on the TV recently, and they said like, to have like 10 or 15, 20 million's not rich anymore. You've got like youngsters, internet wizards, kids with 30, 40, 50, 60 million, and that's not rich. You've got to be in the billions now to be rich. Back in the 50s and 60s, $1 million was like, wow, that's never achievable. Today's $1 million's like, what's that going to buy me? Yeah. So times are changing, and we're more greedier now than we've ever been in life. Humans, as people, as we go, we're more hungry and more greedy than we've ever been, because people will settle for less years ago, where today people are striving for more.
Yeah.
Hey Fight fans, if you guys haven't already done so, make sure you download the Behind the Gloves app. It's free, and it features really cool stuff like a fight calendar that reminds you of all the upcoming fights, and it allows for you to, with one click, to remind yourself directly to your phone. And it also features 24/7 breaking news that's going on in boxing. So make sure you guys go ahead and do that and subscribe to this channel.